Hey, this is Zoom, the TBT of Charge and Hayner. We have a real pleasure in anticipation of a national not even speaking right. We're going to keep rolling, though. National semifinal game between the Aftershocks and Autism Army. We have Zach Bush, the GM and head coach of the Shocks. Zach, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. We just got in a few hours ago. We had an early morning. We had 6 a.m. flights, so we're all a little sleepy here, but getting in, getting settled, and getting ready to go for tomorrow.
Now, your situation is unique in the sense that you were able to play one extra home game. And again, like TBT is set up to obviously drive some gate product. And the Wichita fans really showed out, setting attendance records for the event, really giving a home crowd. And how much of the energy did you need to get past this really tough Gutter Cat gang?
Yeah, it was tough. We won't pretend it probably didn't, have an effect. We definitely feed off of their energy. I think at the same time, these guys are pros. They play in, really good leagues overseas. So it's not like they've never seen, a hostile crowd. If you watch some of these games that they play, especially EuroLeague, Champions League, the crowds are insane. I mean, they're shooting off fireworks. So they've played in tough environments, but it obviously, I think, pumps us up a little bit. And was nice. I think I saw a tweet that Tyrese Rice after had made a comment, something along the lines of, I hate losing, but especially when it's not a level playing field or something. It's like, come on, dude. Like Dayton's playing their whole thing at home. Like, come on, man. Like Syracuse, they host a regional. West Virginia hosts a regional, all these things. Like, don't be mad because our fans show up better than anybody else's. Like, if you didn't want to, you shouldn't have gone to the Omaha regional. Then if you didn't want to end up
thinking that actually, because Rice is incredible. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no hate on them because we have the utmost respect for them. They're incredible. They're big time. They've got phenomenal pros, but at the end of the day, you still got to go out and play the game. So it was an incredible game, tough battle. Both teams played really well. Just look at the field goal percentages, the 3-point percentages. It was a high level basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, you guys shot 67% from three, which is pretty much not able to be replicated. That doesn't happen in nature. That's more like a video game thing. So you need every one of those to go in to win that game. You guys also have a lot of really balanced scoring. I mean, like, obviously, Frankamp's sort of the name, but you guys have everybody being a weapon. The minutes distribution, no one's playing more than 26, but everybody's within the low 20s, high teens, which in a 36-minute game makes sense. Talk about how much easier as a coach it makes your job to have so many capable players to mix and match and keep everybody fresh.
Yeah, it's great. I think it makes you difficult to guard. That was part of the reason we, constructed this roster the way we did. Is we didn't just want to get, 10, 11 guys and then play 7 or 8 of them. We went and got guys who could actually impact the game and play. And we thought that was going to make us tough to guard because, as you've seen the last couple of games, like if you try to take away Connor, fine, go ahead. We got other guys, that can still be weapons. And, like a guy like Tyrese McGee, who you may look at his points per game in this tournament and think like, wow, he hasn't even played that well. But what he brings defensively and then his ceiling, any game he's liable to go for 5-6 threes. So, we still think we have another level that we can hit, but we definitely love the balanced attack and think it makes us a little bit tougher as opposed to having just 2 guys who can go and get it and kind of have to keep you afloat and win you ball games.
Now, you mentioned McGee, and actually my partner and I were talking about that. Charge is a big McGee fan. Is he here? Is he going to be able to go tomorrow?
Yes. Tyrese met us here. He just got in. So that's huge for us. Obviously, guard play. Yeah, just his defensive intensity. He's probably one of the best perimeter defenders in this. And shot making ability as a creator, can play the 1 or the 2. So it's huge having him back for us.
That is a big ad. It's good news for you guys. Now going into your next matchup, obviously, and again, like nobody gets this far without being a quality team, but there was one team that came into Dayton as a decided underdog. And that just shows you that underdogs have their days because Americana for Autism or Autism Army, I think the answer to both names actually, was able to pull off a fairly shocking upset of what may have been the tournament's favorite to win the whole thing in TNT. You obviously had to start scouting both teams in a knockout event, but like, what of a different sort of challenge does the Americana for Autism team face for you? I mean, obviously Delroy James is an inside-outside bucket, and they have Johnson, Monroe, and Brown on the perimeter. Like, how do you see them as a different challenge than TNT?
Yeah, all really talented players. I think Florida TNT was so tough for us just because of their interior size. We went small last year, and we finally paid for it. And then on top of that, they just have 3 guards that shoot the lights out of it. And I mean, I wouldn't say that Americana shoots bags. You look at their percentage from this last game, that's what won them the game. Like they made three after three. So just a little bit different play style, I think. You know, TNT's been in this a little more veteran. Just kind of, you think, knows how to win, but obviously Americana is doing something right. They seem to be playing really good basketball, shooting the ball at a high level. We'll have to really be able to defend. And yeah, as you're touching on, you know, it's bench points for Americana. They have multiple dudes who can go in and score. And so kind of similar to us, that it's not just one guy, whereas, you know, Florida TNT is kind of a Dominique Jones led thing. You know, Americana, you've got multiple guys that can hurt you and their weapons.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting because, like, I think it's a great story. I mean, Delroy James actually playing 3 hours after the birth of his son, which he saw versus face. That's an incredible, incredible story. You guys have enjoyed some home cooking, and you go from one of the great environments in college basketball. Because Wichita State fans, and as a Memphis fan, we're in the same conference. I won't say never. I rarely see a fan base as engaged as Wichita. But now you're going from a straight home game to a neutral court tomorrow, a neutral court. Against Autism, probably it'll be pretty neutral. But if you're able to get through and Dayton's able to get through, that could be the epitome of a road court. If there's the fans that are the equal of Wichita State, the Red Scare fans, Dayton fans, are pretty much their peers. So is it interesting to go from a straight home court situation to one that could be one of the most hostile environments in America?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was something, you know, that was tough for us last year. It was only our second time playing in the tournament as a team. And, you know, we hadn't gotten out of the regional before, and then we do. And then we play the early game. I think we played like a noon game, and just, it was tough for us. You know, anybody who's played AAU or, you know, high school tournament basketball, you never want the early games. And, you know, some people say, well, noon isn't that early. When you're a pro and you're used to playing at 7 p.m., it's early.
It's early.
Yeah. So I think, you know, we will have learned from last year and learned that we've got to manufacture our own energy, and we don't have a crowd to rely on. And then, you know, if things were to work out in our favor and we ended up in the finals and things worked out for Dayton, that would be, like you said, the epitome of a road game. And if there's one crowd that could probably match ours in TBT, it's Dayton. So we'd have to be making a call out to Shocker Nation to make the 10-hour drive out here and hopefully have a little bit. But some of our guys, we have experience playing here. We played I want to say it was my sophomore, junior year. We played in the first 4 game here. We beat Vanderbilt by 20. Just going to throw that one out there, you know. So we've got some wins in this building. Connor Frankamp, Rashard Kelly, Marcus McDuffie all on that team. So we like this building, but we're definitely going to have to manufacture our own energy and aren't going to have a crowd to rely on.
Now, having said all of that, and I'll leave you this. I know you're busy. I appreciate taking the time. You have some film to break down. You got a game, so we got to let you get back to work. But I'll leave you with this. TBT presents a very interesting vibe for the alumni teams to come back and fight for the colors still, come back and fight for their fan base, which is a unique situation. That's kind of the sort of beauty of this tournament. As you've left Wichita, any final words on what TBT has meant to Wichita and vice versa, what Wichita has brought to TBT?
Yeah, it's been, you know, first for our fan base, it's been huge, giving them a chance to watch guys that they never thought they would see in those colors in Koch Arena again. You can just see the excitement and the joy on their faces. They love basketball and they have such a great appreciation for when it's played the right way. So for us to be able to give that to them, it's really exciting, especially after the program's been through some difficult stuff the past few years. And then, you know, for TBT, I think it's a great mutual partnership. I think they get a great fan base who is going to show up, buy tickets, and helps, you know, promote the brand that is TBT. You know, when you're flipping on ESPN, like a lot of us were years ago, and like, wow, what is this? You know, Boeheim's Army, like it's got to be something with Syracuse. You know, when you see Aftershocks and you see all those fans, you know, it just gives, I think, name recognition to TBT and helps take it to another level. So we love the alumni side and love what Dayton has done with this, love what Syracuse has done, and hopefully it can continue for all of us.
Sounds great. This is GM and head coach Zach Bush of the Sox. Thanks for coming on, and good luck tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
Okay, have a great game. Take care.